You gonna break down and cry, huh? You gonna cry?
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Transformers Legacy Deluxe Class Breakdown. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front, we got Breakdown looking all breakdown, a Legacy, not Evolution, just Legacy Transformers. On this side of the box, we have the lovely Legacy artwork. On this side of the box, we have Breakdown, we have more of Breakdown. He is a Deluxe Classic, Deluxe Classic, Classic de Lujo, and a Class A Deluxe up top. Little QR code there. You want to scan it? Go ahead, free scan on me. You're welcome. 4 of 5 of Menasor. On the bottom, words, things, barcodes. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots, and that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have Breakdown, the last of our Stunticon boys. And yes, here he is in his robot mode. Now, he is a recolor, slight remold of Wild Rider, which some people are not too happy about. But, not a horrible mold, so I can work with it. I think they did a pretty good job with the, little bit of remolding they did. But let's get in close here so we can take a look, not at his belly, but at his noggin. There's the noggin. See, nice face sculpt there. Nice red face, yellow for the eyes. Nice blocky head. There you have the remolded chest piece here. Done with the nice blue and silver going all the way down the chest. And moving down the legs. Pretty much the same detail we got with Wild Rider. Now these back panels here are remolded. These are a new mold. And moving up, we have the very weird backpack, which I'm not a fan of this configuration, but of course there's something you can do about that. But all in all, not too shabby, not too shabby. Now articulation-wise, the head, I'm not sure if it's on a ball joint. I can't tell, but due to the blocky nature of his head, you wouldn't get too much wiggly-waggly anyway. You can't really look up, can't really undo his whole chest, so can't really look down. Head can do a full 360 though. Arms can rotate, can do a full 360, move in and out. You got bicep rotation, 90 degrees of bend there at the elbow. Wrists just move inward due to transformation. You got waist rotation, legs can go forward that far, back about that far, outward. You can do the full splits and then some. You got some thigh rotation. You have slightly over 90 degrees of bend there at the knee, and the feet, they can move up. They can't really move down, but you do have your ankle tiltage. Now, as far as accessories go, you do get a blaster for him. It's cast in white, then painted in black. Pretty basic little blaster here, and he can hold it in his hand, and pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang, and all of that good stuff right there. You do also get the spoiler for the car. Yep, the separate piece. Yeah. Now the instructions want you to have him hold it. It was like some kind of like weird kind of boomerang deal or something. I don't know. It's a thing you can do if you want to do it. Another thing you can do if you want is you can attach it to the gun itself. Then you can hold it like that. And you can have it be some kind of, weird axe deal. Again, things you can do if you want to do it. You can hack. Things, stuff. They tried. It is what it is. There's really nowhere else to store the spoiler. You can't store it back here. Honestly, I could totally see somebody like legit just dropping it like I do now. I could see somebody legit just cutting this thing in half so they can leave it behind his legs. I could see that happening. I might do it myself. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but that might be the only real solution there. I don't know. But again, hey, things you can do if you want to do it. Now, as far as the backpack goes, just like with Wild Rider, I'm not too keen on this weird configuration. I don't like it. I think it kind of messes up the silhouette. I'm not a fan of it, so I just leave these sections of it up like that and just leave it all clipped in. One solid piece. Looks a bit better, cleans up the silhouette, so I am much more a fan of that. But as always, it's yours. Display it however you wish. So there you have that, and now for comparison. Here he is with the Combiner Wars breakdown. My least favorite Combiner Wars mold. I don't like this. Don't like it. Here he is with G1 breakdown because he's precious. Oh, so precious. And here he is with Megs. You can see how that works out. And here we have the whole Stunticon crew at long last reunited, and it feels so good. So that is basically it for the robot mode, so let's get down to transformation, shall we? So, first thing we are wanting to do is we want to just open up this panel here with his head, bring the head back, and close that back up. You're then going to take his fists and just collapse them in, then just straighten his arms out like so. Second versus like first, just slip the hand in and just straighten his arm out completely. Then you just bring his arms to his side, just like that. Next, you're going to take this whole hood assembly here and just rock it forward. There's little notches for these tabs to slide through. Just kind of push them through. This part's always a little bit of a pain in the butt. There you go. Just like angle it in. And make sure you line things up. There's also little tab slot connections in there as well. So make sure all that's lined up. And that should sit like that. Then you just take this windshield, bring that down, and that will snap into place. And there you have the front end of the car. And moving on to the lower body, you're going to take his waist, rotate it 180. You're going to come here to his feet. You're going to flip them up. Then you're going to open up these front panels here. You can then take the legs and snap them together. Then you're going to just rotate all of this up at this joint here. Bring it all up, bring it all up. This little tab that will go underneath the roof here. Just make sure that sits where it's supposed to. And then you can close these panels up. Make sure you have this little tab supposed to sit underneath that panel there. So make sure that that is sitting where it is supposed to. And once you've done that, we're pretty much done. And last thing to do is just take the spoiler and just plug it in back there. And there you have Breakdown in his alt mode. Pretty good spin. But there he is in his alt mode. And it's nice. It's Breakdowny. I can work with it. So there he is in his alt mode. Let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. You have the nice red on the hood there with the Decepticon symbol. You have the nice tinted transparent windshields and windows. You got the rims here done in a gunmetal gray. Unfortunately, that look is kind of broken up by the clip there, but I'm going to get some paint. I'm going to paint over that, so that'll solve that problem. Here you have the new back section here. Let's make it a little bit more breakdowny. Of course, the spoiler. Yeah, there is the top, there is the bottom. He does roll, as rolling things should. Hooray, hooray for rolling. And for comparison, here he is with the Combiner Wars breakdown. And here he is with G1 breakdown. Make us precious. Oh, so precious. And there you have the whole Stunticon crew, and they look quite good together, so there you go. Now, as far as his weapon goes, yes, you can store it if you wish. There is this kind of block right here, and that will tab into this slot right here underneath the hood. So you just take that and just push that all up in there, like so. And there's your weapon storage. Doesn't affect the rolling. He still rolls as rolling thing should, so nice weapon storage going on right there. And that is pretty much it for the alt mode, so let's get down to transformation again. Shall we? Let's do it. So now, to get him into combine mode, it's very simple. It's just like Wild Rider. You just get up under this windshield, and you just pop it up. Take this whole front section and angle this up like so. And there you have him ready for combination. So without further ado, let's bring in the big boy, peekaboo. But let's bring in Menasor here, and let us combine the final member. So he combines the same way that Wild Rider did. You just line up the posts and ports right here, Just give it all a good push. Like so. Get all nice and squozen. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have our completed Legacy Menasor. And I personally love him. I know people have their gripes about this and the way it combines and all that, but I mean, let's be honest here, this is the best mainline Menasor we've gotten in. Me personally, I'm very, very happy with it. I think it came out quite well, but let's get in closer so we can take a look at all of this big, beautiful boy here. Take a look at that head sculpt. You can see very nicely done head sculpt. You got that gunmetal gray for the face, red for the eyes, big Decepticon symbol right there on the chest. And you can see all that nice detail there. I know Toy Hacks did put out a sticker set to give his chest a little bit more color. I may invest in that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But, oh no. I think he turned out quite well. Lots of nice detail there on the legs. Big old feet. And moving up the back, again, I know people complained about how this works. I know it is what it is. It's how Menasor works, but all in all, I personally am quite pleased with him. Now, articulation-wise, what we got going on here is the head can rotate. Can do a full 360, and that's pretty much it. You can have him looking up, but you have to detach that whole panel to do it. On the arms, can do a full 360 on a nice ratchet. You get nice ratcheted outward movement as well. If you accidentally unhook things, you can get kind of a weird inward bend as well. I mean, things you can do. As far as the elbows go, you get 90 degrees of bend at the elbows. You get ratcheted wrist rotation. You get waist rotation. Legs can move forward that far, back that far. A nice stiff ratchet. Outward, you can do the full splits. Do that thigh rotation. You got slightly over 90 degrees of bend there at the knee. And the feet, they can move up ever so slightly. Can't really move down, but you do have a nice ratcheted ankle tiltage. Now, keep in mind that, the card doesn't really go with the ankle tilt, so you kind of have to move this up just to kind of get it out of the way. But you can still get a really nice ankle tilt out of him. Now, as far as accessories go, he does come with the little sword, which is more, well, it's weird because the sword is too big for Motormaster, but too small for Menasor. It's just kind of one of those weird things, but it's a little sword. Not really a fan of that. Of course, you have this whole section of the trailer, which becomes this kind of cannon emplacements, and you can man if you want, or you can take this off and just kind of straighten all this out, and you can kind of hold that as a blaster. If you just kind of move the handles around, you can get them holding that also. Again, not too much a fan of the way that looks because it's just kind of plain. There's no detail there. It's kind of the underside. You can see the hollow bits. So, not the biggest fan of that. So me personally, I did invest in a nice 3D printed set here. These are the BDT weapons for Menasor. I did do a review on these. I got these from TF Safari, so I personally like these weapons a lot better. I feel like they're more fitting, much more better size to him, and that for me I think works out very, very beautifully. DNA is putting out an upgrade kit for this, which is going to include a new sword. I think it's going to do something with all of this to make it like a handheld weapon. I'm not much of a fan of that, so I may hold on to the gun but use the DNA sword. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But hey, you have options for arming your Menasor, and as always, options are good. And for comparison, here he is with Megs. Here he is with the Combiner Wars Menasor. Here it is with the Magic Square Menasor. With the old Fans Project Menasor. With the Transformation IDW styled Menasor. He's a big boy. As far as the MP scaled versions, I'm only doing this one. Here he is with the DX9 Menasor. As you can see, there's definitely a bit of a size difference there. And of course, here he is with G1 Menasor because he's precious. Oh, so precious. So, there you go. So there you have Breakdown, and yeah, I know he's a lot of Wild Rider, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. The figure still looks pretty good. Again, I always compress up that backpack so it looks a lot better because I don't like the way they have that weird cape thing going. Never cared for that, but of course you can make that look a little bit better. Transformation works, enjoyable to mess with, so all in all, I'm pretty happy with Breakdown. Now, as far as Menasor goes, me personally, I love him. I think he is the best mainline Menasor we've gotten. And yeah, overall, I am very, very pleased. Again, I know people have their qualms with how he combines and blah, blah, blah. Again, to each their own. You like what you like, you don't like what you don't, and that's perfectly okay. I know how Menasor works. I accept how he works. So overall, nothing here really disappoints me. Menasor is my all-time favorite combiner, and I honestly think they did a great job with him. The weapons could be better, but there are options for that on the market that you can take advantage of. But overall, I am very, very pleased with this set, so there you go. Now, I picked this up from Robot Kingdom, but of course you can also get legacy figures from BigBadToyStore.com, as always linked in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out the legacy playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Transformers Legacy Deluxe Class Breakdown. And this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, bomb in your face. Ah, finally, my Stunticon team is complete! What took you so long? You were the one creating us. What took you so long? What? That doesn't matter! Now go get the others and we can show the Autobots what we have in store for them. Ah, yes, Menasor! Come down here, let me take a look at you. Come here. No, still too big. Give me a second. There we go, that's better. Ah, there you are. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna kill some Autobots, aren't we? That's right, we're gonna kill some Autobots. You wanna kill some Autobots? Honestly, I'm kinda tired. Can we do this some other time? Tired? What are you, crazy? Tired from what? We just need a little break, okay? We'll get back to you, alright? You haven't even done anything yet! For Primus' sake, it's even too hard to make good help these days.